These Bruce Lee moments were not recorded. No one would believe it. Welcome to the most amazing channel. If someone told you a man could punch faster than a blink, kick a light bulb off a ceiling, or send a 200-pound man flying with just an inch of movement, you probably wouldn't believe them. But Bruce Lee did all of that and more. And the best part? It's all on camera. His speed, power, and precision were so insane that even today, experts struggle to explain them. And trust me, you do not want to miss number one. It's the most mind-blowing Bruce Lee moment ever caught on film. So, get ready, because what you're about to see will leave you speechless. Number 15. The Shadowless Kick. Bruce Lee's kicks were so fast that people could barely see them coming. In fact, some of his kicks were so quick that they looked like a blur on camera. One of the most famous examples is when he demonstrated his shadowless kick. This move was inspired by Chinese martial arts, where a fighter kicks so swiftly that the opponent doesn't even realize what hit them. In a recorded clip, Bruce throws a kick so fast that his opponent reacts a second too late, after the kick has already landed. Even slow-motion replays struggle to capture the full speed of his leg movement. But what's even crazier, Bruce didn't just rely on speed, he had insane power too. His kicks could break wooden boards, dent metal, and send opponents flying across the room. He once kicked a 300-pound punching bag so hard that it swung up and nearly hit the ceiling. Bruce's ability to generate power and precision in milliseconds was unmatched. He once said, "Speed is the essence of combat," and this moment proves it. Imagine fighting someone who could hit you before you even saw the attack. That was Bruce Lee. Number 14. The Bullet Dodge Reaction Test. How fast do you have to be to outrun a bullet? While Bruce Lee never dodged an actual bullet, his reaction time was tested against speeds that were almost just as fast. Scientists compared Bruce Lee's reaction time to some of the fastest human reflexes ever recorded. The results? He was faster than professional boxers, elite sprinters, and even Olympic-level athletes. In one test, Bruce reacted to a punch before the opponent had even finished throwing it, as if he could predict the future. It's said that his reflexes were measured at 0.05 of a second, 0.05 second, which is almost the speed of a bullet leaving a pistol chamber. His ability to react before his opponent even finished a movement made him nearly impossible to hit. Even in controlled tests, Bruce was unbelievably quick. In one demonstration, a man was told to throw a coin in the air. Before it could hit the ground, Bruce snatched it mid-air and replaced it with another coin, all before the person even realized what happened. This insane reaction speed made him nearly untouchable in a fight. Number 13. The Dragon Flag Exercise. Bruce Lee wasn't just strong, he had one of the most powerful cores in history. One of his signature moves was the Dragon Flag, an ab workout so intense that even today's top athletes struggle to do it. The Dragon Flag involves holding your entire body straight and lifting it into the air, using only your shoulders for support. Your legs and back stay completely stiff, making it look like you're levitating. It's an ultimate test of core strength, balance, and control. Bruce Lee performed this move effortlessly, holding his body mid-air like a steel plank. Today, it's considered an elite exercise in gymnastics and bodybuilding, often used by professional athletes to develop insane core strength. But Bruce didn't just do 1 or 2 reps. He could perform multiple sets of dragon flags with perfect form. His insane core strength helped him generate explosive power in his kicks and punches, allowing him to strike harder and faster than anyone else. If you've ever tried this move, you know how difficult it is. Most people can't even hold it for a few seconds, but Bruce made it look like child's play. Number 12. 1-inch punch versus 200-pound man. Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch is one of the most famous martial arts moves ever recorded. It wasn't just about power, it was about efficiency, precision, and physics. In a demonstration, Bruce faced off against a 200-pound man, with his fist just an inch away from the opponent's chest. Bruce exploded forward with minimal movement. The result? The man was sent flying backward like he had been hit by a truck. He stumbled back into a chair, completely shocked by the force of the punch. What made this possible? Bruce's ability to generate explosive power in a split second. His entire body, legs, hips, and core worked together to create an impact stronger than most full-force punches. Scientists later studied his technique and found that he could generate over 600 pounds of force in a single strike. Many martial artists have tried to replicate this move, but no one has ever done it like Bruce Lee. This wasn't just a party trick, it was a real, fight-ending weapon that proved Bruce's legendary strength. Number 11. Smashing Coke cans with fingers. Most people struggle to open a soda can with their hands, but Bruce Lee, he could crush them with his fingers like they were made of paper. One of his lesser-known yet mind-blowing feats was his ability to smash metal cans with just his fingertips. Back in the 1960s and 70s, soda cans weren't made of thin aluminum like today. They were made of heavy steel, nearly twice as thick. Yet Bruce could grab a full can and crush it as if it was an empty plastic cup. His finger strength was on another level. Bruce trained his grip strength daily, using unique methods like finger push-ups, wrist rollers, and gripping metal bars for extended periods. Some even say he trained by sticking his fingers into bowls of rice to build insane strength. There's a reason Bruce Lee's punches were so powerful. His fingers, hands, and wrists were tougher than iron. If he could do this to a soda can, imagine what his strikes did to an actual opponent. Number 10. The lightning nunchaku moves. Nunchaku are one of the hardest weapons to master, but Bruce Lee made them look effortless. His lightning-fast nunchaku skills became legendary after being recorded on camera. In one famous clip, Bruce swings the nunchaku so fast that the camera struggles to keep up. The movements are a blur, almost looking like special effects, but this was all real. His strikes were so precise that he could hit tiny moving targets with pinpoint accuracy. But perhaps the most unbelievable moment? Bruce played ping pong using nunchaku. A recorded demonstration shows him going up against two players. With just his nunchaku, he returns every shot, smashing the ball back and forth with incredible speed. At one point, he even spins mid-air while striking the ball, making it look like something out of a movie. Most martial artists struggle just to control nunchaku properly, but Bruce turned them into an extension of his own body. His skill with these weapons wasn't just for show. He could have used them in a real fight with devastating results. Number 9. The 300-pound heavy bag kick. Most fighters struggle to move a 100-pound heavy bag with their kicks. Bruce Lee, he kicked a 300-pound bag so hard it swung like a wrecking ball. In one recorded training session, Bruce demonstrates his legendary sidekick on a specially made oversized heavy bag. When he strikes, the bag flies backward and nearly hits the ceiling. Normally, even heavyweight boxers can barely make these bags move, but Bruce's power was off the charts. What made his kicks so strong? He trained relentlessly, focusing on speed, precision, and biomechanics. He wasn't just relying on raw muscle. He perfected his technique to deliver maximum force with minimal effort. One eyewitness said Bruce once kicked a sparring partner so hard that the man flew 20 feet backward and hit a wall. His kicks were described as feeling like being hit by a car. This heavy bag moment proves that Bruce wasn't just fast. He was shockingly powerful. If a bag that heavy couldn't handle his strikes, imagine what he could do in a real fight. Number 8. The Real Life Fight Challenge. Bruce Lee was a movie star, but make no mistakes, he was a real fighter. In fact, there's actual footage of him facing a martial artist in a real-life challenge. The opponent was a skilled karate black belt who wanted to test Bruce's abilities. The match began, and within seconds, Bruce dodged every single attack. The challenger tried to land punches and kicks, but Bruce moved like a ghost, always one step ahead. Then, Bruce decided to end it. With a blur of motion, he countered with a flurry of strikes, knocking the opponent to the ground. The fight was over before it even started. Spectators were left speechless, realizing they had just witnessed something unreal. This fight was recorded, proving that Bruce's skills weren't just for the movies. He was the real deal, capable of handling himself against trained fighters with ease. Bruce Lee didn't just act like a martial artist, he lived it. He trained every day, fought whenever challenged, and never backed down from proving his skills. This fight was just another reminder of why he remains a legend. Number 7. Two-finger push-ups. Most people struggle with regular push-ups, but Bruce Lee, he could do them using just 2 fingers. In a famous demonstration, Bruce placed only his thumb and index finger on the ground, lifted his entire body, and started doing push-ups with ease. Spectators were left in disbelief. This was something even elite athletes couldn't do. This move wasn't just for show. Bruce's grip strength was on another level. He trained by hanging from pull-up bars, using only his fingers, crushing thick glass jars with his grip, and even performing one-finger push-ups. His strength allowed him to strike with explosive force while maintaining complete control. Scientists later analyzed his grip power and found that his hand strength was greater than most professional arm wrestlers. No wonder his punches felt like steel hammers. Today, very few people can replicate this feat. The two-finger push-up is still considered one of the ultimate tests of strength and control. Bruce didn't just do it, he made it look effortless. Number 6. Breaking boards in midair. Kicking through a wooden board is tough enough, but Bruce Lee took it to another level. He broke a board in midair before it even hit the ground. In a legendary demonstration, an assistant threw a solid wooden board into the air. Before it could fall, Bruce launched a lightning-fast sidekick and shattered it into pieces. The audience was stunned. This wasn't just power, it was precision, speed, and perfect timing. What made this so incredible? Bruce had to calculate the board's movement, adjust his kick in real time, and hit it with enough force to break it, all within a fraction of a second. This kind of accuracy is nearly impossible, even for trained martial artists. This moment proved Bruce's control over his body and his deep understanding of physics. His kicks weren't just fast, they were calculated weapons. Even today, breaking a board midair is an advanced martial arts challenge, but Bruce didn't just do it. He made it look effortless, further proving why his skills were unlike anything the world had ever seen. Number 5. Sparring with world champions. Bruce Lee wasn't just a movie star. He sparred with some of the best fighters in the world and made them look slow. Footage shows him training with karate, boxing, and judo champions. One of the most famous clips features him sparring with Dan Inosanto, a top martial artist and one of Bruce's closest students. Even against elite fighters, Bruce's footwork and speed were on another level. Experts say Bruce's reaction time was far ahead of his era. In one session, he dodges multiple strikes with barely any movement and counters with pinpoint accuracy. Fighters who trained with him later admitted they couldn't land a single hit on him. Boxing analysts compared his movements to Muhammad Ali, noting that Bruce could switch between offensive and defensive stances faster than most professionals. His ability to read opponents, predict attacks, and react within milliseconds made him a nightmare to fight. Even today, martial artists study Bruce's sparring footage to learn his secrets. He wasn't just fast, he was calculated, intelligent, and always one step ahead. Number 4. The no-touch knockout. Bruce Lee's punches were so precise that he could make opponents stumble without even fully hitting them. In a recorded demonstration, Bruce faced off against a trained martial artist. He threw what looked like a gentle strike, but the opponent stumbled backward, nearly falling over. The audience was left in shock. Did Bruce really knock someone down without using full force? Experts believe this was due to his perfect control over force, energy, and technique. Instead of using brute strength, Bruce focused all of his power into a precise point. He understood that even a small, well-placed strike could unbalance an opponent completely. Scientists later studied his movements and found that Bruce's strikes created a shockwave-like effect, a concept used in modern-day martial arts. Some believe his knowledge of pressure points and biomechanics allowed him to generate incredible impact with minimal movement. Many martial artists try to recreate Bruce's technique, but few come close. His ability to control power and manipulate energy is still considered one of the most advanced skills in martial arts history. Number 3. Bare-handed speed test. Bruce Lee's hands were so fast that even high-speed cameras struggled to capture them. In one famous test, Bruce was asked to throw a punch at full speed while being recorded. The result? The camera barely caught his movement. It looked like he teleported from one position to another. One of his training partners, Joe Louis, an elite kickboxer, said that Bruce's hands moved so fast, opponents couldn't react in time. Fighters later admitted that they never even saw Bruce's strikes coming until they had already been hit. Bruce trained for speed by using weighted gloves, lightning-fast drills, and reaction-based exercises. He believed that power was useless without speed, so he focused on perfecting quick, precise strikes that were nearly impossible to dodge. In real fights, Bruce's blazing hand speed gave him an unfair advantage. He could land 3 punches in the time it took an opponent to throw one. His 1-inch punch, straight lead, and back fist were all designed for explosive, unpredictable attacks. Even today, no martial artist has matched Bruce's legendary speed. His reflexes were like something out of a superhero movie, except it was all real. Number 2. The impossible feat, kicking a light bulb. Most people struggle to reach a light bulb on a high ceiling, but Bruce Lee, he kicked one and shattered it mid-air. In a recorded demonstration, Bruce jumped several feet off the ground and delivered a precise kick to a hanging light bulb, smashing it without losing his balance. The control, flexibility, and precision required to pull this off are almost superhuman. Even today, professional martial artists and stunt performers have tried to replicate this feat and failed. It's not just about jumping high, it requires insane accuracy, timing, and body control. A fraction of a second too early or too late, and the kick would miss or hit too softly. Bruce's explosive leg power came from intense training. He performed one-legged squats with heavy weights, trained his fast twitch muscles, and practiced jumping drills that made his kicks nearly unstoppable. This moment is a perfect example of why Bruce Lee's abilities seem unreal. His physical feats weren't just about strength or speed, they were about perfect mastery of the human body. Number 1. The 1967 Karate Championship Superhuman Display. The 1967 Long Beach Karate Championship is where Bruce Lee proved, once and for all, that he was on a different level. In front of thousands of spectators and martial arts masters, Bruce showcased his unreal speed, power, and precision. One of his most famous demonstrations was the 1-inch punch, where he knocked a man off his feet with a strike from just an inch away. The crowd gasped in disbelief. Next, Bruce displayed his lightning-fast kicks and reflexes. In one challenge, he asked a skilled karate fighter to block his punch. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't react fast enough. His movements were too quick for the human eye. Even martial arts legends like Chuck Norris and Joe Louis admitted that Bruce's skills were unmatched. Fighters who saw him perform that day later said he was like something out of a movie. The footage from this event is still studied today. Experts break it down frame by frame, trying to understand how Bruce moved faster than science should allow. This moment cemented his legacy, not just as a fighter, but as a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist, he was a phenomenon. These moments prove that he was truly one of a kind. Which moment blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you love epic martial arts content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Bruce Lee's legend will live forever, and we'll keep sharing his greatest moments. See you in the next one.